Okay, this meeting in the city of Kingston zoning board of appeals will now come to order. It is 6:25. We got a little bit of a late start. My name is Brian Cafferty, and I'll be chairing this proceeding. I'll take a moment to explain how the zoning board of appeals functions. The board is comprised of 5 members and 2 alternates. We have been appointed to serve the citizens of the city of Kingston, and we perform this service to the best of our ability on a voluntary, unpaid basis. Still need to talk to the mayor about that. The other board members are
Mary Newbauer,
Don Martin.
Donna Martin. There will be a period of public comment this evening for each variance request. After each variance request has been presented, this period is an opportunity for individuals to make a statement of opinion, not to engage in debate. Each speaker must state their name and address for the record. Speakers must be brief and to the point to allow everyone a chance to speak. Speakers must address the board as a whole, not individual members, and not other speakers or audience members. Professional demeanor is expected. And with that, I would like to ask if we can get a motion to approve the minutes from the March 9th meeting.
I'll move to approve.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Right, first order of business, Mary Ann Snyder. Hello.
Hello.
So do you want to just, you want to stay, you can stay there if you'd like. You want to just give us a little bit of an overview of what you're asking
Yes.
for?
Yes. Property that I own starts on 314 Clifton, it's very long, and it goes completely back to Grant Street.
Mhm.
And if you look at the Grant Street map, it says it's gonna be property 105 Grant.
Mhm.
And so my dad gave me this property, left me the property, and he always said I could, put a house back there someday. And because I don't want to include the barn, we have a big barn on the 314 side, I want to leave that on the 314 side, and I want to.
Yeah, see, you have the proposed property line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I want to keep the barn on the front end of the property, which is the 314, and put the house, a small cape on the back part. So the house is only going to be 36 wide by 27, but I have a lot of 64 wide by 80.
Right, so what my understanding is you're asking for, normally it would be a 50 by 100 or
Right.
65 by 80. You meet the area requirements, you just don't have the depth, you have the width, you just don't have the depth.
Right.
Right.
Short on the deck.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share? We can come back to you, but do any of the members of the board have any questions about this? I don't.
No, looked pretty good. I took a look at the property line and it, I guess you're going to be taking out that little garden over there that's on the lot.
Somebody great waters.
No, that's on the front lot. A garden,
It looks like you had like a tree and a little like a squared in area. I guess it's on Google Maps. Maybe it's not there anymore.
see which one, that's, my dad's garden, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
It's an old aerial map.
It is an old one,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't depend on those things. Yeah.
Now we have to grow our own patio tomatoes,
Being that this is just an area variance, there's nothing here that seems particularly problematic. Straightforward area variance. They own the adjacent property. So I would entertain a motion from any one of the board members.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it. Do we have anybody that?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Online?
Yes, sorry about that. I jumped the gun. Is there anybody online or is there anybody here in the public that would like to speak on this application? Going once, twice, forever hold your peace,
Done.
okay?
We've spoken to all our neighbors, because we're kind of close.
And they've been communicated to
Yeah.
by this board, so if they were concerned, they would have been.
They've been online.
So Anthony,
And only one neighbor called, and once I explained to her, because she didn't understand it, she was like, oh, that's fine, she goes, I'm good friends with them.
who made the second?
I received no complaints.
I
Mary?
made,
Okay. All those in favor?
I,
Okay.
For, we know it's one, like going forward, like, under the new proposed code, that wouldn't be needed, I think.
Right. Nothing needs a variance under the new code.
Well,
You can swing from chandeliers.
we can have, large parking lots need to be variances. So
It's gonna be a free for all. Right?
Great.
You guys are good.
Everything still needs building permits.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Have a good night. Give you the letter.
Okay, so this next application, I have to recuse myself. I am the real estate agent who has the listing, which these folks are purchasing, and this development, which is being proposed, and they need an area variance. So I'm gonna step away and let the three of you guys handle this. All right.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll explain to her if there's more.
thank you.
So.
Good night. The downside of this.
I don't know what the time frame is.
Sure.
Yeah, we just want to go around. Ladies and
When is Get a hold of me, so I can join in, Jim.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you chair this session.
All right, thank you.
Is she?
Yeah. Is that too far for you? Probably, right?
Donna, do you have all the documents?
I have the map in front of me on my computer, yeah.
You, okay.
This is, whenever they did, I forwarded everybody your email with all the attachments.
Okay. I just wrote a colored one, which might be easier to see in the room, so,
Here, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, can you clarify who are we speaking to?
Yes, my name is Dan Simone, with MHV Development. We are contract vendees for 104 Smith, which is approximately a 2.3 acre site.
Right,
It's in, right off of Smith, Brune, and Cornell.
mhm,
The property consists currently of two original buildings which are currently connected via a two-story addition that was put on in the 80s. The front building on Smith is the old F&K warehouse building. It's a two-story frame building. The building at the rear, at the end of Brune, is a two-story brick building, which is the old Kingston Barrel Factory building. It's a historically eligible building. We are applying with the State Office of Historic Preservation to renovate that one under their guidelines. The third component of the project is a new build located on the corner of Cornell and Brune Avenue. It's a 4-story wood frame, 100 units with ground floor commercial on Cornell Street. I think you probably have this package with the renderings that I included.
yep, I do.
Okay. So the renderings show the proposed building on Cornell and Brune. That is the one that we're here for, requesting a variance on for the front yard setback. Currently in the M2 zone, setback requirement is 10 feet. Under the new code, it's 0 feet. We're actually asking to split the difference to go to a 5-foot setback on Cornell and Bruin. So that's the area variance we're requesting for this building that you see here. Now, most of the buildings, the industrial buildings along Cornell and Bruin also have very similar setbacks. This is the shirt factory, which actually looks to have maybe even less of a 5-foot setback. The building across from us on the corner of Bruin and Cornell to the east, also similar setback, and the post office, very similar setback. So we're kind of creating that streetscape. And as I said, under the new code, there isn't a setback requirement at all along these streets. But we're trying to keep the 5-foot anyway, so we can provide just a little landscape area and buffering from the road.
Under the new code, 5 feet is the maximum setback.
The maximum setback, yes.
And that's the only variance you need.
That's the only variance we're requesting, yeah.
Yeah. We have anybody to speak on this? You want to hear people first and then we'll chat?
Oh, geez.
Anybody else?
Nobody's on here.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm just looking at this and I have a lot of different questions, but it's really more of how they designed this. And it doesn't have anything to do with the 5-foot setback, which, I see it being okay on Cornell. And is it going to be it's only on Cornell and Bruin?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so my thing is, why have such a wide setback on Bruin Avenue with the greenery instead, and putting it more on the back end fence where the houses are, to keep it more private for the individuals instead of shrubs? You got shrub plantings, low shrubs along the line. You have all residential houses over there.
Yeah, actually, this property line has a 6-foot privacy fence also.
Okay,
So we were trying to create, we have a sidewalk that has to go down this side of the parking. So with the building width, we have the minimum, I think it's a 6-foot setback to the parking area. And then between the fence and the parking area, there are some low shrubs just to kind of screen the fencing too.
So you're saying you would rather see even less of a setback in order to shift the building closer to the street and get more buffer?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, I wouldn't oppose it, but I mean.
Yeah,
I won't oppose it.
Oh, that's just me. I'm sorry. I'm just aesthetically looking at it from a perspective, as how it's going to, pan out.
Yeah. No, it's a valid point. I don't have any problem bringing it even a little closer to Bruin.
Yeah,
Cornell is the one that, that's, obviously Bruin is just a dead end, so there's not much
Right, and
traffic.
it's all.
right.
It's not really residential.
It's pretty quiet, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how that works if I'm requesting a 5-foot variance and we go less at this point. Do I need to?
Can we say that, can we approve a range?
I think it's best to approve the
And they can-
maximum variance allowed, and then they can always.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we do that?
that sounds like a good idea.
The greenery on the Smith Avenue side,
Yes.
okay, because of the houses of what she's talking about, the residential areas.
Yeah, we're putting a nice split rail, opaque fence, so there will not be any headlights that will go through to the multifamily homes
Yeah.
along Smith. And then we're gonna obviously break up the fence with some shrubbery on our side.
But
just
what
so-
about on the side that's facing the houses next to you?
This one here.
That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's where we have
Yeah.
the 6-foot fence plus shrubbery.
okay, and the strawberry is gonna be on your side? though,
On our
the
side, yeah, we
inside.
can't plant on theirs, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, those are planning board issues anyway.
Yeah,
So I would say,
No,
let's say you're doing a 10-foot variance, so it goes all the way to the. or
Yeah, I
we
mean,
say up
so
to a 10-foot variance, we're granting.
I would,
So the-
I'll make a motion to approve the 5-foot variance on Cornell Street and also approve a 0-foot, I'm sorry. Approve a 5-foot variance on Cornell Street and a 10-foot variance on Bruin Street, which would allow you a 5-foot setback and a 0-foot setback if you so chose to do so. And then you can work the other details out with the planning board.
With the plan.
Yeah, but, you know, that, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Is that,
Works for me, you can't.
yes, I will write this down, yeah, I don't have the voting sheets over here.
I just need it right there.
Yeah. Is it here? I don't, do you have them?
Yep, I got it up here.
Okay. Make sure I'm saying this correct. This is M2 or M1?
This is M2.
Yeah. Yeah, so. And how do you read this side yard, there's one on the side yard, right?
If side yards, there's 0 side yard requirement. But
Okay.
If one is provided, it has to be a minimum of 6. which
Yeah,
we
yeah.
already have.
Okay. All right, so, well, which one is the front yard? 'Cause you don't need,
Cornell, the one that faces the street with the flow of traffic.
Oh, this is
Okay.
not necessarily considered a front yard either?
well,
On Bruin?
under our current code,
Two fronts and a
you have,
two fronts.
This is that
Yeah.
corner lot.
yeah, this is what we're talking about, so like,
Yeah, two
I just wanna make sure we're right
We
here.
got three fronts.
Well, which one is the front end? The address is 105
Two
Smith.
Fronts.
Yeah, so
Well,
this
this
could say that Cornell and.
Smith.
Smith. Those two are front.
Cornell
Yeah.
and
Cornell and
Smith are the two fronts. Okay. And then Bruin is the side yard. So it's a 0-foot setback on Bruin is not required. The need a variance for that. Right? Because there's there's
You did it on Cornell, right?
no side or rear yard is
So
required.
there you go.
Yes. So,
Yeah, I just assumed both of these were front yards.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, but this is a corner, the whole lot has 3 corners, correct?
The whole
Yeah.
lot has,
2
has,
corners, but
no,
3.
this is not us.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All
Sorry,
right, so then these 2 would be the front.
So the-
This is front, Cornell and Bruin would be the 2.
So Smith
The two right facing the street.
Yeah,
That's Cornell and Smith.
And Smith. So this is the front yard. That's
but these are 2 different
That
parts.
street in
Right.
between,
No, they're not.
No,
It's
no.
all one, they're all one.
one.
the street in between the buildings is
They used
considered
to
to be a drive.
and they will be
Yeah, yeah.
subdivided again. We are going for a subdivision that was approved under the planning board, so this will be its own lot. So at which point, these would be the fronts, this would be the side, and this would be the rear, I think, under the subdivision.
So that's Bruin
So,
and Cornell.
Sorry.
well, I just want to check and make sure that we have like
The
legal
proper-
semantics, right?
Yeah,
If-
that under the subdivision, the appropriate
Yeah.
variance applies.
Exactly.
Under subdivision, I think these will be the front fronts.
Yeah.
So let's consider for the purposes of that, since these are the 2 that we're actually looking for variances anyways,
Yeah.
let's consider them both fronts. And then.
Can we
give that
just write in the
variance.
variance, the yard against this street and not say front or side?
No, because the code is interpreted,
Yeah,
it interprets what the fronts are.
yeah.
And the fronts are the ones basically are the ones that have to face the street.
Yeah.
In any town in New York State,
Yeah.
if the Tate's on it, goes, it's one of them, that's not a road, the two streets are nothing for now. That's where we.
Yeah, I was gonna ask them, what about the part on Smith?
But, so this is the question that I have, and I think this is a math.
Because these
So you're saying Cornell's not a road?
And part of it's on Smith Avenue,
Yeah,
right? And there's like, wouldn't that be considered one of the fronts?
So this is where I think my concern is, right? If we approve a variance before this subdivision happens, right? Now, we are approving it, we're currently it's front yard.
Dead ends.
And
And once the subdivision happens, those aren't the front yards anymore, so they no longer
Yeah,
have the
that's
variance.
fine, that's fine. If the largest setback is front yards, I'm just trying to see.
Bruin is a dead end. I don't count that as a
As,
front.
all
But,
right, hey, we don't challenge the determinations
Yeah,
of the
sure,
code
yeah.
enforcement officer. We just, until it comes to us on an appeal.
okay.
So if that's his determination,
That which is,
then that's what you have to go by.
I'm totally fine with that. I guess my question is
That makes this a side yard.
if they, how can we write this so that they don't have to come back to us after the subdivision?
Well,
Because it is essentially the same
then it's
thing,
gonna be
right?
needed.
Well, if you don't constitute Bruin Street anyways, even under the subdivision, this would be the front, this would be a side, this would be a side, and this would be a rear.
Yeah, it's still gonna be the same.
So it's still gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Right?
So do it as a
Correct.
Burns
Yeah,
side,
okay.
Cornell's the front, just like the
Correct,
determination.
okay. All right, that's just what I need. I just want to make sure we weren't writing down something that was gonna
Right.
cause problems later. That's all.
Now, the only issue I see,
Yeah.
just to not have
Yeah.
another
Yeah, yeah,
wrinkle, but the code does say, unless I have a 0-foot setback, I need to have a 6-foot setback.
Yeah.
So, and I'm only asking for a 5, so I technically would need still the variance on the side yard there.
I think you just put the building right up on the street.
Oh, you can give a maximum variance, and he doesn't have to utilize all the footage that's given, as long as you're comfortable with that.
Because there's,
So you can say, I'm
There's
gonna do a
issues.
10-yard variance on this side, a 10-yard variance on that side.
On
so-
front yard and side yard.
So that it can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
built to the max, which is gonna be what the code is anyway.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Okay, so,
And they don't have to do that,
yeah, so then, yeah,
rather
let's,
than going back to the planning board.
right, we could just jockey it a little.
so instead of writing a specific number, should we write the maximum variance?
Yes.
We'll go like up to.
Up to the
Back
maximum.
to a 10-yard variance on
Yeah.
both the front and
Sound
side.
for himself.
And
What do you say?
identify the front and side.
No more than, and
Yeah.
less than whatever. How you want-
Yeah. So then we write no,
complicated than it should have been.
you know, I think that it's only issue is the subdivision. If it was already done, it would be, you know, it's like that's the thing that's kind of the possible monkey wrench. I just want to make sure we write it in a way that
I
doesn't
think
hang you up.
we want to get Matt, maybe you should be here, we want to include all the sides that are in question here, even though he came
I would-
forward for the front.
Well, is there gonna be any need for anything on the other two sides? We're only-
Yeah, because those are existing.
So I would just say, yeah, up to a 10-yard variance, so that on the streets and label the streets of Cornell and Brew.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest. Yeah. I'm not gonna go any closer to any of the other lots.
Yeah. So,
Because there's no construction going on,
yeah,
really.
so we're gonna say up to 10.
You know, when they subdivide, won't they have their own address? It's either gonna be Cornell, the address will be Cornell and not Smith.
Yeah. This parcel will probably be addressed either Cornell or Bruin. This
Mhm.
one will be addressed Bruin, this one will be addressed.
Yeah.
That will stay on 104
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
What's in the factory building that we currently have there? That's the restoration images.
Oh, no.
It's a really cool building. It was utilized during Prohibition as a
Legs Diamond or something.
Legs down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you ran the little pipes through the city sewer system, filled up the barrels in the barrel factory.
They were
Yay.
filling up barrels here from the brewery across town.
Yeah, sent it over to Duck Schultz in Dutchess County. Oh, yeah, there's a big story on that.
Yeah. Since they don't need a variance for the side yard.
We do
don't have
technically,
it right.
because if it is a side yard and we're not at 0
And they're
feet.
not zero, then it's.
Right.
They're gonna be 6.
We would
Okay,
need 6.
okay.
Variance for
And
5
then,
feet.
Yeah. So it would be up to 6 feet
Yeah.
variance on the side yard facing Brew. I guess,
Sounds like good language to me.
right?
Up to 6 feet on the side yard facing.
Yeah.
These are nobody in the neighborhood came.
I sent out letters. There was really, I think, 2 residential. 3?
Yeah, Smith Avenue across from the. There's only a couple, yeah.
Because I know a couple of people that live over there. And
So this is the motion, up to a 10-foot variance allowing a 0-foot setback on front yard at Cornell Street and a variance up to 6 feet on Bruin side yard giving up to a 0-foot setback.
Matt?
I so make the motion.
Yes.
All right.
There we go. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna say that last second. All right, you make the motion. 'cause
I
already
made
heard
the
it.
mo- I
All right,
moved
I
to
second, all
approve.
right.
There we go.
Favor?
All in
All
favor?
in favor?
I,
Thank you, that was a good,
Approved.
Good catch.
There.
yeah, great.
And you and Mary got to sign. I just.
thank you very much. I'll let you all.
Good to see you.
I should have been a planner. I was a paralegal for 30 years. I should have been a planner. Bye-bye.
Yeah. We'll email you a granted letter for you to have for planning board.
Oh, that's fine, thank you. Whenever you get
Did
to
we
it.
get that other sheet?
What's
For 314? Oh,
Yeah.
is that one?
How would you do it? I gave both to you. I brought extras though.
Oh, hey, man, I got it. Right here.
All right, well, this is this one.
Yeah, but I don't know if you should sign that.
I don't sign that.
No, it's easy to vote, yeah.
It's either-
Very, well, you're just marking staying, right?
No, I just,
We cruise. Yeah, we cruises it now.
abstaining is not the right thing, right?
Yeah.
It is, you
Yeah.
can yourself.
Okay.
So you can recuse yourself. Saying that correctly.
Okay, that goes to Eric.
I already, okay, already. There you go, yeah.
Okay, if there are no objections, I'll take a motion to,
Well,
Oh.
okay.
I
I'll
move
take a
to
motion to,
adjourn.
adjourn, yeah.
I move.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Before you guys get off, if anybody, has any recommendations pertaining to the form-based code, shoot an email to me, and I'm going to go over something, I think at the next meeting. You guys should at least,
Can I stop the recording?
submit, yes, to submit a letter